What up, everybody? It's your man Bad News, Mr. 1985, Uptown's finest. You doing the Disciples of the Boom Bad podcast with my counterpart Harris. We got a very special guest on here tonight. My man Sam Poetry, MC and producer. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out what he do. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the endeavors that he got going on. Harris, take it away, baby.
What's up? It's your guy Harris, the second half of Disciples of the Boom Bap. Welcome to another episode. Very, very special guest here. We got my man Sam Poetry here to talk about a few things, what he got going on, you know, what he been doing, how he been keeping busy.
Yes, sir.
Take it over to you, Bad News. You got it.
So listen, this is a very special guest, man. Like I've known this guy for a couple years. We have a lot of things in common. I ran across his page. I seen he was doing, very talented producer. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted him to be I wanted him to be the first guest on the show. So here we go. Hey, Sam, tell him what you do, man. Tell him where you from and just give him a little bit of background and information about yourself, my man.
Yo, man, first of all, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. If you don't know, artist, producer, songwriter, audio engineer, straight out of Niagara Falls, New York, born and raised, currently residing in Cleveland, Ohio. Just representing true hip-hop, man. That's what we doing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So give us a background of how you got into producing and MCing. You know what I'm saying? Like some of your early influences and your producers that you love working with and seeing and you know what I'm saying? Like who made you want to do this?
Yo, honestly, man, growing up in Niagara Falls, New York, man, like we shout out to the 716, you know what I'm saying? That's Buffalo. Shout out to Griselda, all that whole area out there,
that's
man.
the spot.
It's, you know what I mean? That's where I grew up at, man. Buffalo, we right over a bridge from one another. We share the same area code. And then on the other side, you could see Canada from Niagara Falls. So we had a melting pot growing up in Niagara Falls, man. So I come from like a musical family. You know what I mean? My mom's was like could sing really good on my aunts. So on my mom's side, that was like, you know what I mean? That's where I got that music bug from. But my pops, you know what I mean? He was into he you know growing up in the 90s, man. You know what I mean? Having those old school pops. You know what I mean? Had the turntables, the big speakers with the equalizer and the receiver. And, you know what I mean? We was that family that had the ghetto blaster, man. So we would be throwing, living in the projects, man. Pops had the music blasting all the time or whatever. So, you know what I mean? I started rhyming in '93, man. And of all people growing up in New York, man, it's like you would think it would be somebody East Coast, but actually it was Snoop Dogg, yo. Word up. Wow. Snoop Dogg. I heard Doggy Style. Yeah, I heard Snoop Dogg, man, and I was like, "Yo,
okay, thank you for joining." Go ahead. I had to thank my guests for coming on. Go ahead. I'm listening. I had to thank the people for coming in the room. Go ahead. I'm listening to Snoop Dogg.
No doubt. Much love to everybody joining. Yeah, but no, Snoop Dogg, man, Doggy Style lit the fuse for me, man. I was like, yo, especially I remember the exact moment, yo. He was on the Soul Train, the music awards with Dr. Dre, and they came out on a lowrider. You know what I mean?
I remember that.
Yeah, that was like 1993. Yeah. So, ever since then, man, I was like 10 years old, man. I'm showing my age. Yeah, I was 10 years old in 93. And so I was dead serious at 10, like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. And I literally have been rhyming ever since that moment. You know what I mean? Wow, and the beats, you know how it was, man, growing up in the 90s. It was no internet, no YouTube, none of this. There wasn't a lot of producers around, you know what I mean, around the way. So it was like, where do you get beats? So I started off with like a karaoke machine, getting instrumentals, singles, you know what I mean? I'm rapping over them, making tapes, you know what I mean? And then, I thought I was the only one who did this. It wasn't until the internet where you realize like, oh, all of us was doing this. I was doing like pause tapes.
How about the ad?
Yeah. I didn't even know what that was. Yeah, so I just needed something to rhyme over. You know what I'm saying? So I remember my first pause beat was I looped Atomic Dog. The little instrumental part. I looped that. Yeah, on a cassette, yo, and I was doing those, and you know what I mean, and then I just grew frustrated with like back then you needed to like I would try to run behind DJs like carrying crates and can I, you know what I mean, just trying to get instrumentals and they can make me tapes and record me and stuff like that. And so after a while, man, you get frustrated because you know what I mean, the creativity was just spilling back then. So man, one thing led to another. You get you a drum machine, you know what I'm saying, then you get you a sampler. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the 4-track, you start building up, man. And I just started making beats out of necessity, man. Never thought I would ever produce for anybody. Never thought I would make music or make a living out of it. It's a blessing, man. But yeah, it all came from just like love of hip hop. I didn't know, what I was going. I knew I just wanted to make it in the music industry. So I went full throttle with it, man. And that's what I was on. But Yeah, the beats came from just recording, engineering, all of that came out of just necessity. Like I'm trying to get this music off. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Did you start making beats off of like regular equipment, or did you start like I did off like the MTV Music Generator making beats
No,
off
I
of
was
there
before that. I was before that, man.
on the
I got my
Casios and stuff
first.
like that?
Huh? What you say?
Like on like a Casio, like do the little drum and then re-record over that and then put
Yo,
the
my
snare in?
first joint I had was a Boss DR5 drum machine. I got that,
Wow.
and that what
Boss.
really attracted me to that drum machine was it had instrument sounds in it too. So it was like drums, but it was like keys, bass line, strings. It was like guitar sounds in there, so you could make like 4 beats on that joint. So
Yeah,
that was back in like 1999. I was 16, and yo, I got to tell a funny story, yo, about again, it's funny how I can remember the moments that made, like I told you, I remember the moment I started rhyming. I remember the
Right.
moment I started making beats. This is a funny story. Shout out to the guy who, you know what I mean? I used to roll with this crew, right? I was the shorty, right? They were kind of like Wu-Tang back then. It was like these brothers, but it was like they had this house and they had an MPC in there, which back in the days, you had an MPC. It was like, yo,
over, lights
they
out.
got an
Yeah,
MPC
That was it.
2000. It was a
Yeah,
2000.
that's
It was
it.
like you just mesmerized looking at the floppy disk going and them, and they were ill. They had a style like Wu-Tang, so it was real sample based. They was
gotcha.
5%ers. They were older than me, so if I'm like 16 at the time, these brothers is like
Peace, God.
19, 20. You know what I mean? So I was kind of like Shaheem of the group. I'm like just hanging with these guys, and
The
they
youngin.
letting me do shows. I was like a little shorty, whatever, right? So they would make beats, and so anybody could fall through the crib and get on the 4-track and record, and they making beats, and so some songs I would get on, and then other times I'm the little shorty like, yo, can I get my turn? Can I, you know what I mean? And so but the drum machine belonged to this cat from Chicago, and so he came down one time, and I had met him, and it was cool. We did a show together, all of us. And so one day they was in the crib, and finally I got my shot. It was just me and this guy in the house, and like everybody had went out. So I'm like, yo, he was like in deep concentration making this beat, and I'm like, yo, I'm asking like when he, when I get a moment to see like when he make me a beat I wanted my own solo beat, and so
Right.
he's going, he's you know what I mean. And finally I was like, hey, yo, man, mind you, just me and him. I'm like, yo, yo, when you get done, yo, would you mind making me a beat for my solo music? And dude looked like this. He looked up and was like, no, and kept going.
Wow.
Yo, and I'm just sitting there like, damn,
Crush.
like,
It was like, damn,
yo,
it's like that.
yo, I'm not, and it's like, yo, you so crushed, you can't even get up and leave because you don't want to appear like you salty. So I had to like sit there
Yeah.
in it for a minute. And finally, I like, you know what I mean? I mustered up the strength and I walked out. And I just remember walking out that house like, yo, I'm gonna make my own beat, yo. Like I ain't never about to depend on nobody. You know what I mean? So shout out to that guy. His name was Basir. I'll never forget his name.
He lit
And
the fuse.
this was 1999, so I got I got a job at the mall, and started saving up, man, and got me a drum machine, man, the Boss DR5. Yeah,
Do you remember the first beat that you ever made?
they was whack, man. It was just on the little DR5, real, you know what I'm saying? Knockoff
Yeah.
Swiss Beats type beats.
Ah!
And he wasn't even out yet. But 99, he was starting to come out, but I wasn't like mimicking him. But it was just real keyboard type beats or whatever. I
Yeah.
didn't have a sampler yet.
Okay.
I eventually got a Boss SP202. So I would make the drum beat with the drum machine, and then I would get the sampler and I would just trigger it live and tape it on a cassette tape.
Yeah.
And they was real whack, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it real early, like I was idolizing like RZA at the time. So real orchestra sample, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I was just trying to mimic that style, trying to make beats, man. But you know what I mean? I picked it up pretty quick though.
You was copping classical tapes and CDs, just trying to sample off
No,
there?
I was doing vinyl. It was all vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah, it was strictly vinyl. I didn't, you know what I mean? And then my pops had a lot of records at the crib too. So I was like, that was like my early stuff. And he play, your parents really value their music. They took care of it. So I would have to kind of like sneak the vinyl and, you know what I mean, put it back, you know what I'm saying? But once I started working, I'm like, yo, it's actual record store in the mall at the time.
Right.
So I used to go on my break, cop records and come back, man. So it was like Oriental records and classical records. Anything I felt like that Wu sound was, I was trying to mimic that back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's what's up, man. I see you got your collection in the back. Is that like most of your records, or is that not? That's not even half your records.
Nah, I got a lot, man. It's out of control now. The way I kind of have to scale back because it's taking up so much space in my house, man. A lot of records. I just love that sound, man.
Are you got those categorized versus like soul
Yo,
versus
you know
rock?
what? Like I got a shelf over here that's like categorized, but I just built some new shelves and I ain't even organize them, man.
One
So it's
side
almost like
categorized, the other
the more
side
you have them,
miscellaneous.
you mess with them, you kind of start knowing where they are though, whatever you're looking for. But definitely over here, like my breakbeat records is all organized, and my rock, my jazz, everything like that. I got some my whole first shelves was like I built them and they was like everything's organized real good. But after that, I got so many, man. I'm like you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
they
I can go record digging in my house now. It was just dope. I don't know what I'm gonna pull out because I got so many records.
Do you? Are there still stores out there where you at? Where you
Oh,
can still collect
millions, yeah,
records?
yeah. And then you find records. I can't even make this up, man. About like last month, I was walking down the street, man. I walk in these really nice neighborhoods, man, to be manifesting like I'm gonna live out here one day. And I found a bin of records, like a big tub of like records. I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, and the neighbor come out. I'm like, yo, are y'all like getting rid of these? And she's like, yeah, you can have them. And it was just like at least like 100 up in there, man. And I'm like,
Look at
you could,
God.
it's records everywhere, man.
That's treasure at
Yeah.
the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, on some real stuff, man. It was like, I was like kind of going through some, you know what I mean, things. So it was kind of like, yo, I mean, God was just like, yo, here you go grab these up, man. So yeah, but no, a lot of thrift stores out here, man. A lot of record stores. It's one record store out here called Late Night Records where they stay open till midnight. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's on the west side of Cleveland, man. And then I go out to the rural parts of Ohio, man, where like, man, they still in the Amish country out there, where they still in horse and buggy, and they got all type of thrift stores galore, man. And you'll find records like, yo, you ain't gonna find this nowhere else, like just rare stuff. Yeah,
That's dope. That's
no
dope.
doubt.
See, we ain't got that shit here. We got a couple key spot record stores, but you got to look for them. They in the cut, but you got to look for them joints, man. You got to look for them. So,
no, it's stuff out there. Trust me, yo. Man, it be people, grandparents getting rid of stuff, man. Like I said, you go in Goodwill, Salvation Armies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll find stuff, man. I done found records in just crazy places. Like, I done went into a furniture store and saw like, yo, what's and they got like a bin. I'm like, yo, it's crazy. It's record. And then you got to travel too, man. Like you know what I mean? Every city I go to, I go digging immediately. So, you know what I mean? You'll find stuff in different cities that's like, dang, they don't got these records out here.
Sure. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to the big record store that's monumental out California? I forget the name of it, but it's like this big record store out there.
I've been to Amoeba. I can't say. I think it's Amoeba Records. Yeah, I've been. That's in Hollywood. I've been out there digging. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I think that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure if it's something else. But Amoeba is definitely a big big. You know what I mean? Anybody any day can walk in there, man. You be chilling and some famous cat alchemist will walk in or something, like anybody come in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what artists have you worked with?
Artists,
like famous artists have you worked with?
Famous, not a whole lot, man. But one of my favorite collaborators I've worked with is Raheem Devon. That's my guy, man. Met him out in DC. Cool dude, man. And we have like a friendship where we kicked it more than we even did music, just hanging out. And which made the music better. So he just released a record with this young lady named Granique. He wrote it, I produced it. That just came out.
Congratulations.
Thank you. As an engineer, so that's like my first like industry one that came out. You know what I mean? For somebody in the industry, I got tons of artists that's well beloved that they got records for me. But you know how that go. They get the beat. They may track it, but it ain't came out yet. So I got stuff I done sent to Keith Murray, Eric Sermon. I got stuff I done sent to Ari the Rugged Man. He has a ton of my beats. Who else, man? Dude, I'm trying to think of everybody. Man, a lot of people, bro, that just I admire it as artists. Then as an engineer, I've worked with Machine Gun Kelly for 2 days. I just did a session recently with Wishbone. Who else have I worked with? And some artists I be missing, like Coco Jones was there at my studio recently, but y'all didn't get a chance to work with her. Yeah, she was there. Okay. I could have had a Megan Thee Stallion session, but I was in DC. I missed that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure when this live end, I'll think of somebody else I worked with. But other than that, it's just a lot of good, artists that reached out and was like, yo, send me some music. I've sent Pharoah Monch some joints.
Wow.
Yeah, Razzcast got some joints. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, you know what I mean? You can look up, man, and a year from now, they'll put it out, though. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Who knows, man? No doubt.
You feel like you enjoy producing more, or you feel like you're getting more opportunities with the engineering side?
I definitely enjoy producing more. I can't lie. But honestly, man, I miss rapping though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's still my first love. You know what I mean? I tell people when it comes to making beats and engineering and doing trying to do everything yourself, it can pull you from your first love. You'll look up and be like, man, I ain't rapped in 4 months because you're trying to learn how to get better with the beat. So producing and engineering definitely pulled me from the rapping a lot. Then after losing my mom's, you know what I'm saying, I just kind of pushed me back where I just wasn't doing it. Shout out to my mom, shout out to my man, Bad News Moms. You know what I mean? We lost our moms at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to pick out a producing and engineering, I truly enjoy producing more than engineering.
Got you.
And that's just because of how people record nowadays, bro. Like people see me in this big studio and they think, oh, you having a great time. You haven't lived, you don't know how irritated you can become to punch a nigga in 35,000 times.
Run it back.
You know what I mean? There's a level where your nerves can just yo, bro, man, we've been here 2 hours on one line. Like you ain't, you know what I'm saying? We never did that in the 90s. You write your bars, you rehearse it, then you go to the studio. You don't
one
go in
take
the studio
sometimes. One take, one hit quitters.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't come in the studio unprepared, or if you're gonna freestyle, know how to freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I can freestyle. If you put me in a booth and say, yo, Sam, you got 15 minutes, just come off the top of the head. I can freestyle, probably mess up here and there, clean that part up and be done. But if you don't have the art of freestyling, the majority of the industry is winging it. They don't write it. They come in the studio and they're literally yo, I'm dope. Take it back. I'm dope. Take it back. Yo, take it back. Yo, just me saying that, y'all get tired of me saying that. And then, all right, now is that. Move me to the next line. I'm dope and I'm ill. All right, erase the first part. Let me go back again. Yo, bro, after a while, you're like, man, I don't enjoy engineering. I can't lie, bro.
That's why your back is to them. So you can be angry and
bro. And then it's just man. I'll keep it to my. Every now and then you get artists to come in. And I'm always like, yo, an artist come in the booth and they spit and get out the booth.
Right.
Because that's the type of artist I am. I come in the studio, I spit, and then I get out the booth. I ain't in there playing all night. You know what I'm saying? And let the engineer do their thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I don't enjoy it though.
So do you feel like the engineering give you more opportunities than the beats, or
you know what? It's kind of 50-50, man. You know what, bro? Honestly, to be honest with you, man, I don't even look at it like that, man. You know what I mean? That whole trying to get in. I'm like, get in what though? You know what I'm saying? What do we? The industry is weird, bro. So I'm not. I just think now it's the best and worst time for music. So I don't go to work yo, I'm gonna try to get in. Opportunities are great. I just did a session with Wishbone. I got to hear some exclusive Bone Thugs music. I'm like, wow, I'm a fan of them. Nice. And he was so impressed with my work. It was like, yo, you my engineer. I'm only working with you from now on. So that's the opportunity. I'm like, yo, thank you. I was only supposed to do the one session with him, but I'm not working with nobody else but just you. If you can't be here, I'm coming back when you can come back. So I was just like, yo, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even look at it like that, bro. It's just, you know what I mean? I just show up to work. It's cool. And it's 50-50. I get most opportunities from just posting on social media. I'll post and somebody say, how much for that beat? Or, yo, you do the studio thing? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get in the studio. So it's posting is where I get the most, you know what I mean? No matter what I'm posting.
You're from the era I'm You're from the era I'm from. So us as MCs, when we come up with a concept and a song and we know it's dope, we going in the studio, we nailing that shit because we know what this shit is going to be.
Right,
you know
exactly.
There's not too much in there playing. There's not too much in there bringing a whole bunch of people in there. Bullshit. Time is money. I'm trying to get in and out. You know what I'm saying? Get back in here, get to the next song if I'm doing a project. That's just not how we operate.
I think me being an artist almost kind of hinders me as an engineer. I tell people,
Right.
man, me being an engineer is like you started to work at your favorite restaurant. You'll stop liking
Yeah.
the food. Like imagine if you like this restaurant, it's like after a while you work there now. You know what I'm saying? And you see all the behind the scenes and how it goes, and now you dealing with customers. You be like, I hate this restaurant now. So,
You know,
yeah,
people start working at a restaurant and they don't like the food. They don't like the food no more.
yeah. So that's yo. I had to really. I'm just now getting back in the studio as an artist and falling in love with it because I can't lie, bro. I've been there 7 years, engineering professionally 7 years, at a major recording studio, and bro, I fell out of love with music. It becomes template, yo, make me sound like this guy. I want to sound like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Yo, punch me in. Yo, rip this beat off YouTube. Yo, punch me in. It's like, yo, you get to a point where I already know what you're gonna do before you do it. I can just set, you know what I mean? So you can lose excitement from doing that. You know what I mean? Not to mention, you know, how that sound? Yeah, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would you say? It's like, what you think? And it's like, yo, that's hot. You know what I'm saying? That's ill, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Well, you know, we from the era where nigga tell you it's black, bro. That ain't it, family.
Yeah.
And we're trying to hurt you. I'm telling you the truth. You asked, or whether you asked or not, that's whack.
Yeah.
Shit made you a beast, though. You like, word? All right, let me go home and practice. I'm gonna come back.
Exactly.
You
but you can't do that now because everybody's sensitive. It's sensitive to this shit.
Nah, hell, man. So there's times in the studio where, you know what I mean, I'm sipping a little bit and somebody's being aggressive, like, nah, tell me what you think, man. I'm trying to like, nah, bro, I don't want to judge your music. And then you know, they being pushy, so I'm like, bro, it ain't it, fam. And just the way the eyes well up nowadays, where they like, yo,
what do you mean?
You trying to hurt me?
What part? You don't like none of it? Oh man, I thought it was
like you asked me though. This is what you asked for.
Yeah. Then you find yourself backpedaling, like, nah, I ain't saying it like that, bro. What I'm trying to it's like, nah, that's what I meant, bro. That's not it, man. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. But yeah, no, I love producing. But you know what though, bro? Even producing is frustrating in this era. The worst thing I don't like about producing is when somebody roll up at me and say, yo, you ill. Yo, could you make me a beat like this guy?
Yeah.
That's like a girl walking up to you saying, yo, you very handsome. Can you start dressing like your brother? It's like, yo, why don't you ask him out there? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I hate when an artist say, make me something that sound like that. Like, bro, everybody did they stuff. Let's make something brand new, man. Let's just not have a concept. Let's just sit around and chop up and toss ideas around. I don't like make me this beat or yo, can you flip this sample and throw an 808 on it? It's like
that is the worst.
Asking me to sample classic songs has been done. I'm not sampling Wu-Tang, Can It Be So Simple? I'm not never touching that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, I'm not touching Mobb Deep Shook Ones. Like, man, yo. That's a terrible idea.
All you gotta do is put the drums on and then just be like that. Nah, bro.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I still go by old golden age hip hop rules, man. Where don't copy somebody's style. Don't take their sample and try to do it. If you're gonna take the same sample, then flip it in a way they don't even sound like what that person did. You know what I mean? One of my best compliments is I flipped Pink Floyd's Money. And Eric Sermon hit me up and was like, yo, I ain't never heard nobody flip it like that. I was like,
did you sample a lot of the cash register parts on there? I sampled that joint before back in the day.
Yeah, and once I did it too, I seen people flipped it, you know what I'm saying? And so I just flipped it though, but
that bass line is still on that song. The drawer open, the bass line is dope on there. The change opening, ching.
Yeah. I actually heard a cat did it. I think he may have killed me on it almost. You know what I mean? So who knows? But Eric Sermon hit me up and was like, I'm feeling it. He not only like send it to me, I was like, oh, all right. But again, you know what? Like you even saying that, bro, like it still bugged me out, man. Like I'm still a MC at heart. So you could be like, yo, these beats ain't all that. And I'm like, yo, I just wanted beats for me to rap on. That's why you never see me like in a beat battle. I'm like, yo, that's your lane. Like, I still can't believe I make a living off even like somebody would even care that I make beats.
Beats off. What do you produce on? Like, what do you
yo, bro, honestly, I'm an MPC head at heart. You know what I'm saying? If I had to pick anything like to produce with forever, I'll pick an MPC. So I got an MPC X. and I got an MPC Live 2. I travel with the MPC Live 2. My ex is just like, you know what I mean, my side chick. But I use Native Instruments Machine. I got the MK3, and I've even dabbled with Logic. Like lately, I've been just dabbling with all type of different things. You know what I mean? As far as like software stuff, like just
Are,
you know.
Are you enjoying the expansions and the splicing that MPC just got from the updates? You like those?
I haven't really dug into a lot of that stuff, man. Like sometimes when I'm bored, I'll mess with it, man. But I get my excitement of just discovering new stuff, man, new sounds and things like that. You know what I mean? Like I still like records, man, where I look for like private pressings. You know what I mean? Those are like, yo, dudes, it may be only 50 of these in the world. You know what I mean? This was just some dude who never made a record back in the 70s, like that type of shit. Or it's a gospel record that's specific to that town. You know what I mean? Like I found a record from Toledo when I was digging in Toledo, Ohio, and it was a guy. I was getting ready to leave out the store. I spent a shitload of money on these records, and the store owner was like, "Yo, we got these records over here. That's kind of like they're like home based." I'm like, "Word?" So I go look, and it was these black gospel soul this soul group from the 70s, and I'm like, "Yo, nobody got this." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you
I
get excited
that.
off the covers.
I'm sorry.
You still get excited off the album covers, like
yeah, man. But you know what? They say never judge a book by its cover. Never judge an album by its cover.
Sometimes those covers look crazy, and you like, this got some stuff on there, bro. Let me go this.
Yeah, it's sometimes you kind of get like a sixth sense the more you dig.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can look like it's got to be something on here. Look at this nigga. He's riding an elephant. Like it's
word.
You know what I mean? Like just to be crazy enough to do that, you gotta have something on here. Then it's the opposite though, man. You'll get something with a banging cover, man, and put that on, and you like, bro, this is ridiculous right here. But I learned though through making beats for so many years, man. It's something on every record. I don't care what you pick up. It's something. You can find something. It may not be the main loop, but you can find a piece that you can put somewhere else. So every record is valuable to me, no matter what.
So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about, because you've been doing this for a minute, so you've seen the technology change through the years.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the technology as opposed to what it used to be as of today? How do you feel about it? What do you prefer better?
I still like hands-on, man. And that's just me with everything. I'm just old-fashioned. I'm so fortunate. You fortunate, my man over here. You know what I'm saying? You fortunate that we have 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
Technology didn't really start jumping off. I was an adult when that happened. So that means all those years I saw life in real life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything was happening in real time. You had to do things the hard way and the long. You know what I mean? I told you I had. You know what I mean? I had to get the keyboard and I had to learn MIDI. That shit took forever to learn, but then you appreciated learning that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then I got my first MP and it's like, oh, you know what I mean? And so, having to manually chop. There wasn't even no chop function how it is nowadays. You had to manually chop things and
that was the fun part, though.
Limited sample time, floppy disk, things like that. Yeah, so take me and put me in today's time when it's like unlimited sample time and unlimited, you can get DAWs for free nowadays and all type of shit that I couldn't even dream. You could take the vocals out of shit and you know what I mean, stem separation, like that shit we couldn't even. We'd be sitting around chilling like, yo, wouldn't that be ill? It's like 1995. Me and my homies is like, yo, wouldn't that be ill if you could take the vocals off of? You know what I'm saying? Like we never dreamed of shit like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the stuff these a touchscreen MPC. Like I couldn't imagine no shit like that as a kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's great for people who can, like, who they want to call us old heads. We can appreciate that. Whereas some people coming in the game new, and it's not to shit on the younger people, but if you don't have that foundation and that's all you have, sometimes you can miss something. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can miss digging for records and just finding that jewel that nobody got, or taking the time to really hone your skills. You know what I mean? And find your unique sound. Right now, everything is like, yo, sample pack this. Get this MIDI pack there. Yo, everything does it for you. So you have you didn't work for it.
It makes you lazy.
Know what I'm saying? It's like a girl you could just smash real quick. It's like, all right,
you ain't got to work for it. You ain't got to work for it.
I didn't have to do nothing to get this. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, everybody got this sample. Everybody's smashing her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely make you lazy. You used to covet your beats, like I got the snare, nobody got this joint. I chopped it, look for it. This my kit, like you ain't got that. I'm not, but now everybody got the same kit, same just download it. I need this. It make you lazy if you go that route. I mean,
it can. So I still pride myself on having sounds no one has. Like, you don't got this. You know what I mean? I had a brother last year, man. This brother hounded me for a year. He wanted my snare. He wanted a snare. And because he was like, where'd you put that reverb? He said, how'd you get that reverb on that snare? And I said, no, it was on the record. It was the actual sound. I go and comb through records, and the record may start off with a pow, and then the song come on. I'm taking that little snare right there, boom. You know what I'm saying? I may just be a clap in the middle of it. Like, one time it happened, I caught it, boom. Let me grab that. I got a hi hat where the record started up, and it's an L. Like, he hit the hi hat really hard with this L reverb tail on it, and so you can hear that in a lot of my beats. That hi hat that I use. And this brother wanted that snare, and I'm like, bro, that's my snare, bro. I can't give you my snare. But he hounded me so much, man, that I finally sold this brother a snare. I'm like, damn, but you know what I'm saying? My bass line. People, yo, where that bass? How you get that bass line? I'm like, man, I sampled a live bass. I tell them how I did it and everything. I don't, whereas back in the days, man, they wouldn't tell you nothing, bro. Nothing. And I was a little dude. I was always trying to ask the producer, like, yo, man, like, it sounds I got ignored. Like, niggas look at you like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, you just had to, I seen Havoc had an interview. He said the same thing. Like, when he was, he had asked DJ Premier, and DJ Premier kind of like ignored him. You know what I'm saying?
It was secret sauce.
Yeah, it's like producers wasn't telling. I
still don't it's taboo shit. It's shit that you just don't ask.
My man say fiddles.
It's the shit that you don't do. Like, no. Like, it was back in the day, but shit that you wouldn't do. You wouldn't sample nobody else rhyming your rhyme. You can push them up behind that shit.
I tell them that, man, and that's what made it so unique, and that's what made me want to be a part of hip hop, because it was like, damn, I may hear a track you made, and I'm like, yo, this nigga just killed me. I gotta go. I top this. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember being in ciphers and you know what I mean, where people just like, oh, where you get that? Oh, okay, and everybody throwing styles at you, and it's like it's just a melting pot of styles coming at you. But never would you ask a person, where'd you get that sample from, man? It's like,
they look
that's
at
like asking me what kind of boxes I got on, fam. It's like, don't ask me.
You don't do no like
you that. Don't ask me that. You know what I'm saying?
You say just like you ask the producer for the beat.
But you know what? In this generation now, man, it's like, yo, why you gatekeeping? You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what they say.
Yeah. And sometimes, what I mean, with the shorties, man, I'm a little more if somebody's a beginner and they trying, I'm definitely helpful. I help anybody, man. You know what I mean? I actually teach lessons online. I teach people how to make beats, and you know what I mean, things we just couldn't have. We didn't have back then. We had big ass manuals,
and we didn't read them.
Man, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, I remember when I was trying to learn how to MIDI sequence. So I'm hooking the MIDI up to the MPC. Ain't no YouTube. There ain't nobody that's gonna teach you how to do that. I'm doing this shit for weeks, bro. I can't get sound to come. I can't get it to sequence. I'm about to take this shit back to the store. Right?
That's exactly.
Check it out. Check this out. I take the MPC. I said, I'm taking this shit back to Guitar Center, man. This shit ain't working. I can't get it to work. I take this shit. Now, mind you, I'm in Niagara Falls. Buffalo's like a 30-minute drive. So I drive all the way down this boulevard, drop the MPC off. I take it back, get my money back. I'm driving all the way back, and the shit clicked in my head like, yo, the MIDI is working, but the MIDI doesn't transmit audio. I need audio cables. And then I turns back around, goes back to Guitar Center, buy my MPC back, and then do it. The shit works. Shit like that, where it's like, that was weeks of frustration of this shit. I can't. Yo, why I'm not getting no sound? What's going on?
Right.
I didn't know that you needed separate audio cables, because the MIDI it's just information for the machines to talk, but it's not getting the sound out of the shit. I'm like, oh.
That's how I was in the studio. We had an MPC. You making beats in the room with your speakers. You like, this crazy. And then you got to hook the SMPTE cord to the joint and trying to track it out. You like, bro, this joint, what is going on?
Yeah, like you just, but it just made you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, I'm very hands-on with teaching people, especially when I'm in the studio. I can't make this up, man. Like earlier this year, a young dude stumbled into the studio. I thought I had a session. So I got there early, most early for my sessions. And this dude, he's at the door. So I'm thinking he's the client. He walked out, I let him in. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You ready to do the session? And he's like, yo, I don't got a session here. I'm like, yo, what you talking about? He's like, yeah, nah. I just think there was a studio. And I wanted to come in, man. And da-da-da-da. I'm like, man, you could have been a killer. I just let the killer in, you know what I'm saying? I'm buzzing nigga in. And he was just a young dude, like, man, I'm just interested. And so I let him, I was like, yo, come through. I let him, you know, gave him a tour around the studio.
Yeah.
And when the real guy came in, I was like, yo, this is my guy here, a little intern, man. You mind if he sits in and watch? And I didn't know this dude from Adam. I let him sit in and just, you know what I mean? And everything I was doing, I let him sit there and showed him what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I love helping people. So I still help. But when it comes to like, give me your sounds and where you get this from, that's when I'm like, nah, brother, you got to go hunt.
You got to get your own.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to fish, but I'm not giving you my plate of fish. But I'll teach you how
to get your own, my
you
man.
know what I'm saying? You can come digging with me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not giving you my sample and my sounds, and that's what makes me unique is my stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you putting out consistent music currently right now? Or
Hell no, man. Hell no.
You gathering for the time to strike back?
Yeah, I'm definitely, man. Honestly, just to be transparent, man. That's something I want to touch on, especially with my fellow producers, my fellow artists, man. Y'all artists, y'all producers, y'all know, man. Artists are some of the most depressed people in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most stressed out people in the world, and I'm one of them. It's something that I don't show on social media. You don't see that on social media. Everybody's showing the highlights. Brother, when I tell you, man, I battle mental health issues, you know what I'm saying? And losing my mother just knocked the wind out of me, man. So January 11th, it's coming up on her 5th year anniversary of her passing, man. I hadn't created nothing in 5 years, man. Every time I would try to rap, man, I would just break down in the studio. I couldn't do nothing. So the beats, I was only doing beats to channel the sadness. You know what I mean? And, praise be to God, man. Like, I started getting more opportunities, you know what I mean? Where I wasn't even trying. I was literally just hurt and making music, beats. I couldn't rap, but I could make beats just because I was hurt. And
music, yeah.
That taught me a lesson too. It's like, as artists, man, we try so hard. And that's part of the stress. You trying so hard. You trying to make it. You trying to get the mix right. You trying to get the video off the ground, or this podcast here. You trying to get your follow. That shit is stressful. You dropping shit. Nobody cares. You spending money. The mix didn't come out right. This beat ain't right. Artists said they was going to do that. You may have had a deal that fell through. That shit is stressful. When I lost my mom's, man, I didn't give a shit about none of that, bro. I just started making records, beats, and beat tapes and shit. Not with any, and that's when I sold the most beats. I got the most opportunities when I was just freely expressing my pain and just not worrying about the mix. I wasn't worried about the master. I wasn't worried about how many people gonna hit like to this shit. I was just doing it. You know what I mean? So, brother, I'm just now picking the pen back up. I completed my first joint. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy that I did that joint. I actually did. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I did that. Then I did a feature for artists. So I'm about 3 joints in right now, man, and I'm liking the way I'm sounding. So actually, I did about 3 songs so far. One of them is just a verse, and then 2 finished, completed records. And so now I'm like, yeah, man, I'm coming back, baby. I'm feeling great. Shout out to all my producers 35 and up, rappers 35 and up, because that's some more shit that they try to use to make us depressed. And you got so many artists running up on me like, yo, man, am I too old to be rapping? Hell no. Hell no. We the only genre that do that shit. No, you're not too old to be rapping. This is the best I've ever sounded as a producer and as a rapper. I'm 42 years old. I'm not ashamed of my age. I don't feel old. To little niggas, I'm old, and I'm like, even that, I'm so appreciated. I told these young niggas the other day in the studio, they was like, I think these little niggas was like 25, and them niggas be dissing on the low, and don't even, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, word, y'all niggas had 8 tracks, so they just be trying. I ain't that old, nigga, goddamn. But I was telling them though, because these little niggas are talking about they too old to rap. They 25.
Bro.
I'm like, bro, you a kid, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah. You're a child. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, it's nothing wrong with being an old head. I said, an old head just means I didn't die young.
That's the goal.
You know
that is the goal.
I'm like, if I wasn't an old head, I'd be dead right now, brother. Yo, don't ever despise getting older. You know what I'm saying? And so that's another thing that if anybody, for everybody that's watching, even later on when you stream this back, man, if you 35 and up, you 40, 55, 60, man, I'm gonna rap till I die. You understand what I'm saying? Or till I decide I don't want to rap no more. So that's just tying in like, what are you working on? bro, I took the time I needed to get the mental health treatment I needed, bro, as far as, counseling. I'm back in the gym, you know what I'm saying, working out, you know what I'm saying, and just getting in touch with my spirituality. Today, I made my first post in a long time, you know what I'm saying? I just had to step back, and I was hurting, bro. I was suffering emotionally, just in a lot of pain. And I'm not ashamed to say that, and I'm saying that for all my brothers that's out there, especially men. Man, get some help, man. If you going through some pain, my man, Bad News, we call each other every year, you know what I mean, on our mother's birthdays and things, man. Our mother's birthdays on the same day, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate my brother just hitting me up saying, man, I'm thinking about you, man. Much love, praying for you, my brother. You know what I mean? That mean a lot to me, Bad News. Seriously, brother.
I appreciate the same thing, man.
And I always talk about you, how we do that, man. And that's something forever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna always reach out to you, man, and just because I know you love your mother like I love my mother. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the mothers out there, man. So yeah, I didn't mean to get long-winded on that answer, but yeah, I got a lot of new music that's I'm planning to come out with, man. And I know my mother would be proud of me because she was a fan. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I am. But I had to get up here right first, man. So I'm coming back out.
It's a cloud, man. When that happened, it's a cloud, man. It's like you in a mist.
Yeah.
Like
it's a fact, man.
I went through the same thing. I didn't want to write. I didn't want to hear no music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm coming out the funk. You know what I'm saying? You come out of it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you this: for everybody out there who's been through part of losing a mother club or losing anybody club, cry.
Yeah, man.
Cry.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I was just riding. I heard a song, and it reminded me of my mom, and I just cried. I felt better and went on with my day. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you saying that because as men, we told to hold it in. Be a man, be tough, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, bro, when my mother first passed, my arm locked up. It like literally locked where I lost control of my arm. Really? And I broke this shoulder before, which is the most pain I've ever felt, breaking this shoulder. And that pain came back. The doctor told me you went into shock, you know what I mean? I didn't even know your body could do that. I had to literally take physical therapy to get the mobility back in my arm. And when I say the most excruciating pain I was having, but I didn't cry, bro, when my mom's died. You understand what I'm saying? And so it caused my body to go into shock. And but that's just I explained that to someone recently, like, it was a young lady, because sometimes women don't understand. Women can just cry. You know what I'm saying? You can cry. Everybody like, yo, come here. You see a man on the street crying, you like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man up, G. You know what I'm saying? But I told a woman that, like, every emotion that women have, men have too, man. I don't care what it is. Any brother that don't agree, you're not being honest, man. You get sad, you get lonely, jealous, you're scared. You know what I mean? I felt every human emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you read the Bible, Jesus wept. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Jesus cried, man. I can cry. You know what I mean? But it takes becoming a man to realize, like, bro, you can cry. So I appreciate you saying that, man, because a lot of men need to know that. Now, there is a level of you have to be tough in this world as a man, but at the same time, a lot of us are dying, bro, and having health issues because we won't get out those emotions, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I even recently started boxing, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm boxing. I ain't never boxed a day in my life. You know what I mean? You start boxing, you realize how much you can't fight. You know what I'm saying? I've been in fights in my life, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never got knocked out, but it's like, damn, you realize, yo, if you ever came across a nigga that can box, you can't fight. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna sleep you real quick. Like you wide open. I didn't even know what I was leaving, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, but
it's even down to the point where how you hold your fist.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, bro. You watch boxing and niggas want to, commentate on, yo, he should do, like, nah, get in a real boxing and not hold your hands the right way, and you can get knocked out. But seriously, hitting that punching bag, bro, I can't even lie. Like, my first day, I'm hitting this bag, and this guy, he's training me, and I'm going, and my eyes welled up, bro. I didn't realize how much pain I've been holding in. So just to punch a punching bag and get that feeling out, yo, this is what I'm pushing more than anything. When people say, what do I need to do to make it, man, get your mental health right, man. You're going to need it in this music business. You're going to need that because it's so many. It's almost like it's not even fun to be, you know what I mean? If you're like trying to make it, it's not fun no more the way it was. You know what I mean? Whereas for me,
Yeah.
I'm rediscovering fun of making music and letting the chips fall. You know what I'm saying? And it took that hiatus.
Yeah,
You know what I
sometimes you gotta
mean?
step away.
Yeah, you got to step away and then come back, and it's like, all right, cool. Now I just want to create and put it out there, and I'm not looking like, yo, what y'all think, or like, yo, and as an artist, you still care. You know what I mean? You want people to enjoy
Yeah.
your work, but
Yeah.
you're not making it for the purpose of people to care. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not doing it to garner followers. You're doing the best work you can. You enjoying it, and if something amazing happens from it, then that's the icing on the cake. It's like, yo, wow, I didn't even know that was happening because I just made this. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm enjoying, even like right now, man. And I prayed, I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, can you just give me my joy back of making music? Like I pray for the blessings, but can you give me the joy and just the journey of doing it? So, bro, when I told you I did that first song, just finishing the record, I was like, yo, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just to finish a record, man, it's like that shit felt great, and to hear it back. Whatever happens from there is fine. I'm just happy that I just making it, just putting it together, and even writing the bars. Especially y'all brothers are lyricists. You know, there's a lyricist that shit can stress you out. Just trying to be the illest and say the illest thing. Even that, bro, I was like counseling myself through the writing. Like, yo, bro, you ain't got a body just write, bro. Just write. We know you nice. You know you can rhyme. Just finish. You ain't got a lyrical miracle spiritual the whole verse. Just write it, baby. You know what I mean? You'll get them next time or whatever.
Just have fun with it. That's all. Just have fun with it. That's
it. And guess what? It still came out amazing as far as, in my opinion, you know what I mean, with the bars, but I wasn't stressing over. You know how as art lyricists, man, we can be on the line for weeks. Like, damn. Man, I'm like, I'm gonna let it fly, baby. I'm trying to. I want to see the fruits of my labor. And as artists, especially brothers our age, it's time to put our music out there, man. It's time. We're thinking too much. We didn't thought out everything. So now I'm like, you ain't got time to sit around and wonder because you scared. You think so. You scared you're not gonna be considered ill or whatever. You know what I mean? You're scared that it ain't gonna be compared to Black Thought or it's on hit. Just make a rhyme, baby. Just put it out there and do another rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Do another one. Do another track. The worst that's gonna happen is people gonna skip past your song and not listen to it or not care. That's fine. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. I can live with that nowadays. Like, okay, it's a million songs coming out a day. You know, you may not get the attention you want right now because everybody's fighting for attention. It's just how it goes.
At the end of the day, I just hope, and this is why I take this rule of thumb when I perform. It could be a room full of 1,000 people. If I catch one person rocking with me, my job is done.
Absolutely.
If I put out a song and somebody listens to the song and they vibe with it and it changes and they convey with it back and forth and they can relate to it, my job is done, man. That's it.
But you know what I think though? I think that, and this is my prediction. We'll watch this video a year from now. Okay. I believe that success is going to come on a huge level. The reason I think that is because how did you know? How you know? You don't put out my brother. That question you asked me is, did you put out music on a consistent basis? No, I don't. Right. I think when I put it out on a consistent basis, I'm going to see success like I never seen.
Right.
The world hasn't heard me. I got one album and a couple singles. That's it.
Right.
My man Griselda and them niggas dropping projects, baby. They out. They coming with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it or not, they got a fan base and they feeding it. So me, I'm like, man, what do I sound like on my 4th album? What does my 5th album sound like? What does my 19th single sound like? What does my 40th video look like? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? So I plan to just come out with my music, and I ain't got time to think and sort this out. That's up to the universe and the world right now. I think that when Bad News start putting out records and you start putting out records, you're going to be like, damn, yo, I ain't even know. I didn't even know this could happen. Yeah, you didn't know because you wasn't putting out a lot of music to know. Right. Meanwhile, the worst rappers are G'ing off right now. It's like, yo, but what's the difference? These niggas is dropping consistent music on a regular basis and say what you want. Yo, it's like I'd rather listen to that Lil Uzi Vert than y'all because I don't hear nothing from y'all. I'm just saying what a fan may think. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't even have a
absolutely.
chance to like your music because I never hear a Sam Poetry music. That's one album I did in 2018.
Gotcha.
You know
And
what I mean? And I don't think you have to put out a lot of records too. Like, cause sometimes as artists we feel that pressure, right?
Right.
But you don't have to. You could do a record every 2 years if you want. It's up to you. But I
Yeah.
just said personally, I would have put out a lot more music if I wasn't so in my head and trying to be perfect. That's what I told a 25-year-old dude. They was in there just second guessing themselves. And I told dude, I said, let me tell you something, brother. I've been rapping since I was 10. I'm 42 and I got one album because I was trying to be perfect.
Yep.
That's the only thing that stopped me. Mental health issues and trying to be too perfect, and perfect never came. And 2 decades happened. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? It's like the lesson I learned in that is, bro, wherever you at, let your music be like a photograph. Like, oh, that's where I was last year or 3 years ago. But you don't wait and keep changing outfits. You'll never take the picture. You know what I'm saying? Just take the picture. You did?
100%.
So yeah,
100%.
that's where I'm at. I appreciate that question, man. I just pray that, you know what I mean, that at least one artist watching this stream is like, word, I'm about to do that. Cause that's my advice, man.
Yeah,
If I can do it, you can do it, man. Go for yours, man. Word.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Beautiful.
Hey, listen, man. That's what it's all about. That's
No
what it's all
doubt,
about.
man.
Believing in you and just, like I said, reaching people.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do, man.
So you said the most recent song that you produce is the
It's Raheem Devon.
Raheem
He wrote a
Devon,
song
right?
for a young lady by the name of Granique.
Is that on
Granique
Spotify?
it's out right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna check
look
it
it
out.
up. Granique. It's on all the streaming services. The song I did was called "What a Love," and it's actually featuring Love the Genius. So I'm like, I've been wanting to work with her. I didn't know she was gonna be on the record. Raheem had sent me the reference track a couple years ago, and I didn't know what he was gonna do with the record. And so when it came out, it had Love on it, and I was like, wow, man, she bodied that. So the song it's called "What a Love" by the artist named Granique. Man, look out for her. And yeah, she has some success. She's a writer as well too. She had a song like years ago on like the Rush Hour soundtrack. You know what I mean? So she doing her thing. So yeah, man. So yeah, I'm really proud of that, man. I got Raheem got so many of my beats too, man. We got to get him to rock out with me. My man Eric Roberson too. I done sent a lot of records to him before.
Yeah.
I done chopped it with him in the studio too, man. Eric Roberson he's a cool dude, man. He actually pulled up. He pulled up to the studio for Dolo and kicked it with me, man. For a couple hours, we chopped it up in the studio. He dropped a lot of game on me. Word.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, man. Look out for that Sam Poetry though, man. That Sam Poetry new music, man. I'm
looking forward to it, cuz.
Yeah. I got some dropping real quick, man. The first joint I did is gonna be on my man JB Swift album. He has an album, him and Agent Smith. They're two producers. I know JB is from Detroit. I don't know where Agent is from. He may be from over there. Don't quote me on that. But they got a collaborative album, like a production collab album. So a lot of people gonna be on there. Some famous, some not. And you know what I mean. They reached out to me, so I completed that joint. And then so that's gonna be on his project coming out soon. And then the joint I did, it's like a party song too. I never did a party song in my whole life, man. But I was when you hear the song. And you were like, yo, it sounded like Sam was having a good time, and I was happy. I never made music when I was happy. You know what I mean? I made a happy party song, and I'm like, yo, I wasn't trying to be lyrical. I just like, I'm gonna just do a dance party song for my 45 and up crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out and get our little groove on. So that's called Lifted and Gifted. That's coming out soon, man. I'm scared to put it out because I never put out happy party music, but anything that I fear, I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So that's
great motto.
Lifted and Gifted, featuring my homegirl Chelsea. She's singing on that joint with me. And that's coming out soon, man. Like literally like in less than like 2 weeks, I'm gonna have that joint out.
What's your handle on the gram?
At Sam Poetry. And also make sure y'all hit up sampoetry.com. No doubt.
That's what's up. But listen, Sam Poetry, I appreciate you for coming through.
Yo,
you're always welcome. You're always a guest here, man. This is my man.
Doubt.
Blessings to everything that you put your hands on. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
and like
appreciate
I said, coming through, man. One love.
Thank you, man. And as I always say, man, you know what we doing.
Absolutely.
No doubt, man. Blessed to you too, my brother. Yo, man. Much love, man. Thank y'all for having me. Word.
Appreciate you.
Go ahead, hit that music, Harris. Hit that music, baby. We out this joint.
All right, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Had our man saying poetry. I appreciate you for coming through, baby. And Harris, take it away, baby.
It's your guy Harris, the second half of the episode of Boom Back. Thank you guys tonight. We had a great show. Thanks for our guest Sam coming through. We will catch you guys next week.
We out of here. Stay prayed up. Peace.